The myth of being a rational person. Are you just emotionally avoidant? You've heard it before, I'm just being rational. But what if that's not clarity? It's emotional avoidance. What if logic has become our escape route from discomfort? We praise people who stay calm under pressure, but calm doesn't always mean clear. In psychology, this is called emotional suppression, the act of consciously inhibiting emotional expression. And studies show it's linked to increased stress, poor memory, and even cardiovascular strain, Gross and Levinson, 1997. In other words, looking composed doesn't mean you're thinking rationally. It might just mean you're suppressing a storm. Emotional avoidance masquerading as logic. Let's break it down. Avoiding conflict? You say you're being the bigger person. Refusing to feel? You say you're thinking clearly. Dismissing others? You say you're cutting through the noise. But research in emotion regulation shows that avoidance doesn't reduce emotional intensity. It just pushes it into the subconscious, where it leaks out through anxiety, burnout, or passive aggression. Hayes et al. 1996. What you avoid owns you. What you face frees you. True rationality is integration, not detachment. Cognitive science tells us that emotion and logic aren't enemies. In fact, we need emotion to make decisions. The famous case of Eliot, a man who had a brain tumor removed and lost emotional capacity, proved this. Despite having a high IQ, he couldn't make even simple decisions because he lacked emotional input. Damasio, 1994. Emotion isn't a distraction from rationality. It's the compass. Avoidance isn't strength, it's fragility. Avoidance is often a trauma response. You may think you're protecting your peace, but you're really avoiding emotional responsibility. Research in attachment theory shows that avoidant individuals often view themselves as highly rational, but under pressure they're more likely to shut down, misinterpret emotional cues and harm relationships. Mikulinsa and Shaver, 2007. Real strength isn't avoidance, it's emotional literacy. Stoicism was never emotional repression. Modern Stoicism gets misused. People think Marcus Aurelius meant don't feel. But he said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Epictetus taught, it's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. He didn't reject emotion. He taught us to observe it, then choose how to respond. Stoicism isn't about being cold, it's about being clear through the fire, not above it. So the next time you say, I'm just being logical, ask yourself, am I being thoughtful or am I shutting down? Am I thinking or am I hiding? Am I being wise or just scared to feel? Because true rationality includes the emotional landscape, and emotional avoidance is just fear wearing glasses. This is Mindstream, where we examine thought not to avoid emotion, but to understand it. Because mastery isn't numbing, it's integration. We don't need more people pretending to be logical. We need more people brave enough to feel, think, and respond with clarity. Like, share, or comment below if you've ever mistaken logic for avoidance, and let's open this conversation wide.